Greetings, family. Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Deanne coming at you live from the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to give a shout out to all those who are liking and sharing and subscribing to my channel. So thank you so much for doing that. I think it's right at it's not it's not 2:30 quite yet. So thank you so much for tuning in once again. The Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. I'm coming at you upstairs, a little different backdrop than my tiger, I think, on the wall. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit. So thank you again for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. Thank you so much for doing that. So I'm going to read the fair use disclaimer because I'm going to delve into some areas that are controversial at best. But I want to dot my I's, cross my T's. So thank you so much. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So thank you so much. The beverage of choice is, I think it's a watermelon cooler or something like that. So in that fruitiness. So, and some water added to it. So I wanted to take a moment in a way to, I don't know why this is popping up. I hope you all aren't seeing that. Okay, I'm going to do that. Hopefully it's going to disappear. Nope. Okay. So it's the COVID mania. I'm calling it a mania because it's politicized. Let me say it's a political thing because things like that glare was really strong. It was not too long ago that we started getting the vaccine and this and that and so forth and so on. And yesterday on MSNBC, I've been watching Black News Channel. But more recently, I've been watching Charles Blow on Black News Channel. So I think he's at 10, no. He's at 8 o'clock here or something like that. So he's up against, I guess, no, maybe it's 7 o'clock, because he's up against Don Lemon on CNN. Yeah. So I've been watching that network. They're pretty pleased because they kind of go into certain things and situations that are not really covered by traditional news, the CNNs of the world, the MSNBCs, etc. So a little bit of more of a refreshing because I think all, if not maybe 70, 85% of the people who are reporting, people in the office, and it seems like to be a pretty much black outfit. So I'm just going to say that it's refreshing. So if you can get a chance, check out that network. It's really nice. So and informative. And their tagline is truth. And don't we need more of that truth right now? But going back to the COVID-19, because it's such a political thing, some people aren't getting it, some people are. I just want to say we have the strongest immune system known to man. As the first melanated people to walk the earth. I don't know why we're getting it. With that said, everyone has a right to choose. That's the beauty of being able to live in this country. We have the right to choose. To get it or not to get it. It seems like Midwin Charles probably would have made a different choice because she passed on after the COVID vaccine. I think it was the first shot, maybe 12, 15 days, something like that. And then the other more recent was Jovita Moore out of Atlanta. I remember her when she started in Atlanta because I was still living there. Long, 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 long time, maybe 20 years ago. Um, so she got the second shot and ended up in the hospital, brain tumors, two tumors that kind of came up. So more recently, my personal circle, or my brother's personal circle, they didn't really say if this young man, he's younger than me, so I was saying this young man, I think he was going to be 54 this August, and so he was 4 years younger than me. Um, well, I don't want to say I'm sure because it's allegedly he may or may not have taken the vaccine. I am assuming because he was in the Navy and he probably trusted all of that stuff. And he came down with meningitis. I watched the Zoom meeting, excuse me, the Zoom, the funeral was on Zoom. My brother was actually there up in Baltimore. I think it's Baltimore, somewhere in that area. And it was sad. It was sad because we were all, myself included, we were all on, to give you an idea of timing, we were all on Super Bowl. We had a Super Bowl party on Zoom. So I saw him there and was in good spirits as he always has been over the years. Obviously, he's a very close friend to my brother, was a very close friend to my brother. And, jovial, happy, blah, blah, blah. So not even, 4 months later, he's in the ground, you know. So there've been some conversations about COVID and people, especially our people, taking the vaccine in all good faith and doing it, and then coming down with mysterious deaths or mysterious circumstances that lead to death or, some other, like Jovita Moore's case, she came down with, after taking the two vaccines, she came down with having two brain tumors. This is serious stuff. This is serious stuff because I know Jovita is probably maybe 52, even younger than me, maybe 51, somewhere in there. She's in her early 50s. But clearly, a lot of life to live. This young man was going 53. He was 53. So what I am saying is, buyer beware. I'm saying as the collective, our immune system, unless it's compromised, if you have HIV or some other disease, our immune system is the strongest in the body. Don't have somebody tell you something else. Because on last night's programming of Joy, MSNBC, she went in of kind of bashing the Republican Party. Has a little bit more of an eyebrow up than the Democrats. And Democrats are like, okay, yeah, we need it, I need it. Like, if that were the case, we would be dropping it like flies when you get a cut. The body is so divinely put together, you know. So with that, they're trying to give you the fear, 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 you know. Again, chaos and confusion. This is all this country knows. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. We have especially our people, black and brown people, we have one of the strongest, if not the strongest, immune system unless it's compromised. And like I said the other day, men and women getting the same vaccine. I don't understand that in of itself. I don't understand that. And then if women are menstruating, getting the same vaccine as men, obviously not menstruating. And if I'm not my age, I'm not menstruating, I will get it. I'm gonna get the same vaccine. It's just a universal, you know, vaccine. I don't understand that because it's gonna have certain reactions in men, certain reactions in women. Perhaps there's a percentage of no reaction. But I don't trust this enough to just say, here's yeah, go ahead, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, who does that? Especially if when I saw Joy Reid, she's the host of The Readout, I think that's the name. And I noticed that she was like, quote unquote, bullying, a sense of bullying. And I was like, wow, I'm an observer, because bullying people to not get it, that's one thing. But to bully people on taking it, that's a personal choice. That's a personal choice. It's not a life or death because she said it's a life or death thing. I stand that to be corrected. I don't know why people have in their mind it's life or death. This is a serious thing. Some people have died. Midwin Charles, that's one. He never came out and said Midwin Charles took the second vaccine or she took the one vaccine or whatever. He just swept it under the rug because the Democrats are they're saying there is, there's a percentage of people who have died from taking the vaccine. That's just a true statement. How is that fraudulent? They just don't want everyone to know. I'm saying this is a true, in and of itself, it is a true statement. Everyone has been, some have had no reaction. Now, if you've had it 6 months, no reaction, no adverse reaction, fine. But there is a percentage of our people, and all people, have checked out of here. And that is a true statement. I don't know how she wants to toss it up of like, oh, they're silly and, ignorant and all like that. And, there is a percentage. Her girlfriend, Minwin Charles they were both first generation from Haiti or whatever nation they were from. That was one of her good besties. She had her always on that show, on her show, as a legal analyst because Minwin Charles was a legal analyst. She was a profound sister. I mean, she was in Brooklyn. I think her firm she had a firm. She was like 47, 48 years old. And she just dropped dead. So even with honoring her, speak the truth. Speak the truth. Because some people have passed on. Let's not take any, it's not to say everyone has, obviously, everyone hasn't. But there is a percentage of our people. I'm not convinced that there's something that's triggering something. I don't know. Melanated people, I don't know. I don't trust, in that way, I don't trust the system when they are strongly recommending something, fill in the blank. Have family members that have taken it, probably a month, 6 weeks ago, whatever. I don't think this just popped up on the planet, you know, where we have to wear masks. Now, granted, I'm going to go out later on today. I'm going to wear my mask, even though it's optional now because the governor has lifted the, ban. I think there's certain stores that I go in and they have the sign still. And when I step outside, I go in the store. I have my mask on. I'm not trying to prove anything. You know, it's not going to have. I'm not going to have a problem with wearing my mask. But to just call out, lie on this situation that people are crazy if they don't get it. It's going to be life or death. I mean, the language is just incredible. As long as I know, this is a country of free will. Free will. So if I go out and slash tires and act a fool and scream and carry on and blah, 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 if I'm not cancel, if I'm not shot, I'm going to be put in a place, the place for mentally ill. I'm not trying to be rude, but they're going to see that as a risk and, put her in the jail and have her evaluated. But that's not mine. That's not who I am. So I'm not going to do that. So all actions have consequences. Now, my family members are well. It hasn't had any side effects so far. I don't wish that on anyone. But the fact that that young man, Menwin Charles, Jovita Moore, that's enough. 3, that's enough. And it feels like people are shaming people that have a mind and they're electing not to take the vaccine. Is that okay? To not take the vaccine? Why are we bullied? The churches, they're setting up shop in the churches, especially our church. We have churches doing the vaccine. CVS, all the drugstores out here are doing the vaccine. Also, Target is doing the vaccine. So if I wanted to get the vaccine, I'm over 55. I don't know what the threshold is, but I would be first in line. I'm not taking the vaccine. I mean, to say put something in my body, I don't even know how it's going to react. And you cannot undo it once it's done. I'm not willing to take that chance. I mean, some people are. Government said, government said, government said. I have a thinking brain, and my body, I've had some bumps on this road, and it's 57. Well, I'm 57 now. Yeah, 57, soon to be 58 in a few months. Your old body. I haven't had perfect health all the time. I've been in hospitals. I will just leave it at that. But I know my body. I'm in this body 24/7. And I know my body runs like a well-oiled machine. It's not an arrogance. I know I put in good food. I exercise 3 or 4. I'm about to go tomorrow. I'm not going to go today. I have a busy day today and the evening today. But I put in good. So as I start my day with meditation, I end my day with meditation. I lift my energy up when I wake up. I try not to have any chaos and confusion around me or people around me. And so I have a certain standard where I live. That was ingrained in me at birth, probably, with this path that I've been on. I eat right, I exercise, eat right, exercise. I drink plenty of water. You can see my skin. I don't have any makeup on. See my skin. Um, Exercise, eat right. I'm about to set up my patio so I can have an evening of yoga. I'm probably going to invite people over to have evenings, maybe once a week, of yoga outside. And this is what I'm saying. I know how I am living on a day-to-day basis. So no one's going to trick me and say, I don't get the vaccine, I'm going to drop dead tomorrow. No, no. Don't let anyone to bamboozle or box you in a situation to be in fear to take something. You know, CBD is really good. Hemp is really good. I mean, I've taken some of that myself, even before we have hemp, we have recreational use, but I would just use it medicinally, you know, in my body. Hemp, CBD, I do hemp gummies, 300 milligrams, 2,000 milligrams for two. I get that online. And, I drink herbal tea. I mean, this is my life. This is what this is where I am in life. And not everyone's going to be on this path. This path worked for me. And I'm not going to be fired up with craziness and be on the crazy train with this country. I mean, maybe Republicans have a point. I think they had a reading on yesterday, a survey or something. They did a report. I think it's like 95% of Republicans received the vaccine and 45% of Republicans. So not everyone's on board with this. Rightfully so. Some of us are just thinking human beings. I don't want to take a risk of having some foreign agent go into my body, not knowing how it's going to react. My body is going to be like, what the hell is this? See, and you've been eating right, exercising, drinking a lot of water, blah, 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 blah. And now this stuff, because I've had, like I said, I've been in the hospital a few times, so I know that I'm protecting my vessel. This is where I live. This is where my body is housed. 5'11", 175, 80 pounds, female, middle-aged female, and I'm not going to disrupt that. I'm not going to disrupt my bowel movement habit, my water intake, my restful night of sleep, my meditation, everything that I've been doing all these years is paying off. Because I can go to the gym right now and probably, I'm not going to say out, pulling out weights and stuff, but I can hold my own in LA Fitness. They see me 3 or 4 times a week. And they will continue to see me 3 or 4 times a week because I'm not going to be brainwashed to feel this body is all divine, all knowing. And if you eat right, exercise, even if it's just 2 days a week, just walk if you just have the ability to walk. If you don't have a gym membership, just walk, get some sunshine. We have sunshine. That's why I live here. We have sunshine. 300 and over 300 days a year, we have sunshine. We have sunshine. We have sunshine in Phoenix, Arizona. It's the second sunniest place in the world, not just the United States, the world. I think Minister Farrakhan has a home. I don't know where. I think Florence, but don't quote me on that. I believe he has a ranch here. You know, he definitely probably away now because it's really really hot. Well, it's starting to. It's not hot. It's not that hot, but it's starting to pick up in heat. So I can see him going back to Chicago um, during the spring, the summer months. But this is a glorious place. Sunshine every day. Food. We have food. We have fruit trees that grow. We have apple trees that grow. I mean, I might guy go and get the pH water from. A few times I've been to his water spot, and he had like a cart of grocery cart full of no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a cart full of grapefruits. Who thought that grapefruits grow in Arizona? I didn't know that. He has a place. He's out in El Mirage, so it's a little west of here, probably 20, 25 miles. And he has grapefruit trees. And he brings some grapefruit in on occasion. And, he says, "You're sweet, Deanne." He's a sweet guy. He said, "It's sweet too, so, help yourself." And that's what I'm saying. Life is good here. I'm not trying to say where you are, it's not, but sunshine for melanated people, sunshine over 300 days a year, I'm totally in. Totally in. So we have to be careful of people railroading our mind, our consciousness, our ability to think for ourselves. They kill us in the street, they do this, they do that. Don't let them take your mind. Once they take your mind, they have you. They have you. Clearly, they have you. So I'm glad I came from a household that encouraged thinking. And that's what I'm doing. I make a rational decision, not irrational. That's the energy they want us to have to make a decision that may not be great for you. I'm just saying to pause the stuff, the mania of COVID, like I said, our bodies are divine. We are divinely made. If you know anything from the Bible, you know that God made us in the image of himself, herself, or whoever's self. We have a divine temple that we live in. The temple that lives within you. That might be a book of mine. I might have to write that down. But we have to have better understanding, overstanding, and understanding. When it's a mania, if you're thinking properly, if you're assessing information properly, or maybe we should take it down a notch to make sure I'm looking both ways, before I cross. Because once you go over and get the vaccine, you cannot undo it. That's the other thing. You cannot, once it's in your system, it's in your system. It may not activate for 6 months, a year. You just don't even know what's in the vaccine. Has anyone studied the vaccine, taken a vial, and see what's going on with melanated brown and black people? I don't know. I don't know. That's, again, I'm not willing to take that risk. If one person has died from this vaccine, that's one too many. One too many. So we eat well, we drink good pure water, Um, we, I don't eat a lot of, I eat like maybe fish once a week, maybe on occasion chicken once a week, and that's hormone free and all the good stuff. I don't buy anything. You know, this is our bodies. We need to honor our temple, and the way we can do it that is in spirit and in truth, and not say, I gotta get the vaccine. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, this is what I've been watching. People are electing not now. If people are doing it because they want to do it, so be it. We have a right to choose. As far as I know, we have a right to choose every day. We do good things. We can do bad things. We have the right to choose. We wake up with the right to choose. We go to bed with the right to choose. So, only thing I'm saying is, if you take the vaccine, you may not have a problem for a year. You may not have a problem for 2 years, or maybe 3 years, and then maybe something can pop off. I'm not willing to take that chance. I'm not willing to take that chance. You know, it's just not a chance I want to take. You know, I'm just not willing to do that. Not in this incarnation. I don't trust this country in that way. Like, we want to save everyone. No, you want to do experiment on everyone. That's what you want to do. It's an experiment. Trust me. Trust me. And if you're willing to do that, no, not knowing the consequences. And I believe, well, in closing, I believe because it's under experimental use only. Sorry about the slides kind of going off and on. So it is under experimental use. So in the Midwin Charles case, the sister that died and passed on, her family cannot sue whichever vaccine, because I don't know. I don't know why this is popping up continuously. I don't know what this is about. I'm gonna look into that. So they cannot sue because it's under experimental use only. You cannot sue if it's under experimental use. And probably you're signing something, and in the fine print, that's what's within there. The fine print. Read the fine print. So that's what I have today. Because I was just watching, the mania of craziness, and it's just like, whoa, shut the front door. Like, why we have a right to choose. We live in this country. We have a right to choose, not to be bamboozled and hoodwinked. Let me say one other thing. I just thought about it. Thank you, Spirit. I saw Spike Lee on a commercial about the vaccine. So they pulling out the stops because they know we ain't checking for that daggone vaccine. Most of us are. We are not checking for that daggone vaccine. So they pulling out all the celebrities. We don't even know if they got it. You see what I mean? So, let's not be confused. Let's stay out of confusion. Let's stay in peace and make sound decisions. And like I'm saying, our body is very complex. Complex. We came in this divine body, and it's all knowing. If we eat right, we exercise. Even if it's walking, walking is exercise. We eat right, we exercise. We eat proper food. You know how many commercials I've been seeing, especially out here, probably where you are. The top commercials, fast food commercials. Fast food commercials. If you eat fast food, the guy is supersized me about 15 years ago. I don't know what happened to him. I thought that was really daring for him to do. Not knowing because his numbers went up. He ate McDonald's for 30 days. You saw what happened? His levels of was all over the place. I think he gained 25 pounds. It was just something ridiculous. I don't know if I'm going to be willing to do that, but yeah, I just don't. I definitely would not do that at any age. At any age. So be mindful of what you're being told. If they're trying to save black and brown people, we see that's not the case. They're killing us wholesale on the streets without impunity. So it's not a rocket science for me to figure that out. So thank you so much for watching. I'd like to read your comments and your suggestions on my programming, some of the stuff, the material that I'm covering. So, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So like, share, subscribe, follow the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. And don't forget my book, The Melanin Diet, The Melanin Diet, The Melanin Diet. Now on Amazon, I'm going to talk to a young lady who is going to help me develop my website. So stay tuned for that. All right. Trust you all will be well this evening, and I will be back tomorrow, same time, same back channel. And this is the Melanin Report 360. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. Bye.